Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. And today we're going to learn how to test an oxygen sensor. Now, there are two main types of oxygen sensors, narrowband and wideband. Narrowband sensors usually have 4 wires or less. Wideband sensors typically have more than 4 wires. In this video, I'll focus on the narrowband zirconia type. What does an O2 sensor do? The oxygen sensor's job is simple but super important. It measures the oxygen in your exhaust system and sends that information to the ECM, engine control module. It generates voltage by comparing the oxygen in your exhaust to the oxygen in the atmosphere. But here's the catch. It only starts producing voltage once it reaches about 600 degrees Celsius. For best results, it needs to be around 1/500 degree VAV. Most cars have 2 oxygen sensors, one before the catalytic converter and one after. Some engines may have 3 or 4 depending on the setup. The upstream sensor, before the CAT, tells the ECM how much fuel to add or cut back to keep the air-fuel ratio balanced. If it reads rich, too much fuel, not enough air, the ECM reduces fuel. If it reads lean, too much air, not enough fuel, the ECM adds fuel. The downstream sensor, after the CAT, checks how well your catalytic converter is doing its job. Types of zirconia sensors. There are 4 types of zirconia O2 sensors. But for now, we'll focus on the testing process, starting with the upstream sensor. Test 1, voltage fluctuation test. For this test, you'll need a digital multimeter. I'll drop a link in the description. Make sure your car is off. Set your multimeter to 2 volts, DC. Using a back probe, connect the red lead to the sensor's signal wire and the black lead to a good ground, negative battery terminal or vehicle frame. Start the engine and let the sensor warm up until the car goes into closed loop mode. Now, here's what you should see. Healthy O2 sensor will fluctuate between 0.3 V and 0.8 V, 300-800 millivolts. If the voltage stays stuck at 0.45 V with no movement, the sensor is bad. If it's stuck above 0.55 V, that usually means a rich condition, too much fuel. It could also be contamination. If it's stuck below 0.35 V, that points to a lean condition or a faulty sensor. Quick tip, press the gas pedal down. The voltage should jump up immediately. If it doesn't respond, your O2 sensor is likely bad. Test 2, heater resistance test. This one applies to sensors with a built-in heater, both upstream and downstream, for sure the car is off. Set your multimeter to 200 ohms. Disconnect the sensor. Touch one lead to one heater terminal and the other. Lead to the second heater terminal. On most cars, the heater wires are the same color, but always check your repair manual. Results: no reading. The heater is dead. Replace the sensor. Reading within spec? Good. Specs vary by car, usually anywhere from 2 to 16 ohms. Also, don't forget to inspect the wiring and connectors. Damaged wires or corroded plugs can cause O2 sensor problems too. And that's it. That's how you test a narrowband zirconia oxygen sensor. If yours fails these tests, it's time for a replacement. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next car repair video. See you next time!